There is always something so fascinating about life. Sometimes things happen in a way we can't explain, and all we can do is have faith, trust the process, and flow with it. Our original plan was so different from where we are now. We weren't expecting this long, challenging time apart, or all the struggles along the way. By now, we should have been on the boat, the three of us, enjoying life together. But, as always, we are staying positive, trusting that the universe will soon align in our favor. Welcome to La Boheme family, a trio with big dreams. I'm Roberta, and this is my partner Onur. And she is our little adventurer Luna. We are on a journey to live a life filled with freedom and unforgettable experiences. We decide to break away from the conventional lifestyle and set sail around the world in our trusty sailboat. Join us as we navigate the seas, discover new culture, and share the highs and lows of our sailing adventure. So, hit the subscribe button and let's sail together. All the boatyards in Maine are still busy, so there is no space to launch just yet. In our last video, you saw Onur battling with the windlass, checking the electrical wires on the mast, and finally starting to apply our new boat name and logo. Now, with launch day still delayed, Onur decided to check on the engine. And of course, the engine wasn't working properly.
Who thought that I have a fun when I'm doing these projects? I wish they have as exactly the same thing.
After sitting idle for 2 years, it needed a lot of maintenance. First, Onur tried to start the engine. It cranked but didn't start.
Try to test engine. This is the strainer hose. It's going to impeller. So I directly put in the bucket to try to check engine.
Next, he thought there might be air in the system, so he blew the air out from the engine, but still the engine wouldn't start.
As you see, this is the priming the diesel bleeding.
Then Onur suspected bad fuel. He added fresh diesel and used a hand priming pump.
So after failed attempt to running the engine, I got the 1 gallon of diesel and primer hand pump. So I need to put this primer inside of the fuel line to see that if the diesel problem or engine problem. So I put the fuel line and I put the pump over here. Let's prime it and then let's start the engine.
But even after that, the engine still wouldn't start. Hoping to fix the issue, he replaced the lift pump and the fuel filter.
Today I'm replacing this old fuel transfer pump because it is not working, but it should be work with the new one, with this one. This works good. Fuel filter change, and this is the lift pump also change, and the first bleeding point the lift pump, and then second bleeding point is the fuel filter, and this is the fuel pump, and these nuts are the third bleeding point for the air. So let's see how it will work.
But again, no luck. The engine still wouldn't start. After speaking with a few mechanics, they suggested bleeding the injectors.
So I crank all this injector, I bleed it all the way there,
but the engine still wouldn't start. With no one to help crank the engine while bleeding the system, Onur bought a remote starter. This allowed him to crank the engine while bleeding the air at the same time.
So I wanna show you. I make this one behind the starter unit, ignition switch, because I need to bleed the engine by myself. Normally they are saying you should have to be two person, one of them is up, one of them is down, but it's not possible for me. I am the only one. And look at this, with this one perfectly work. So I will bleed like this. Wish me a luck. Let's see the engine will work.
But unfortunately, even after that, the engine still wouldn't start. Finally, he checked all the electric wiring and the fuel shut-off solenoid.
So I tried everything. It is not working, but right now I'm taking all these connectors, I'm brushing it to make sure that we have a good connections for everything.
Everything seems fine. But the engine still wouldn't start. After all these attempts, Onur gave up and decided to search for a marine diesel mechanic. Unfortunately, he couldn't find one nearby, so he went to a truck diesel mechanic shop. Luckily, two guys, TJ and Jake, were willing to help. They gave him some helpful advice, and Jake even came over to check the engine in person. He went through all the same steps Onur had already done, but the engine still didn't start. Finally, they decided to try using a fuel starter on the injectors. And magic happened. The engine finally roared to life and worked perfectly.
That's the magic. It happens to start the engine. So we just spray inside the air, suction place, and then start it. Nothing wrong.
With the engine finally working, Onur moved back to something we have been waiting for: our boat new name and logo. Little by little, he applied it, making sure every letter and detail was just right.
So for the aft logo, the name of the boat, when you are doing, we put also the little bit dot inside with the red color. So how you can do this? Each letter you have to do one by one, not all together. So you have to cut one letter, do it, and then cut the other one to do it. And the stars also, like you can add it after that. It turned out good. Right now, the logo application, so it has to be, each part is different. And clean the bow with acetone. Let's see how it will be turned out. Hey guys, I added my first location for the logo. Some people, they will ask me what I have to use for solution. For the windy, for the non-stick, you can move it wherever you want it first and then let it dry and it will be stick. So what is this solution? Normally if you wanted to buy Rapid Tack, they call it on Amazon, it's expensive. Like, I mean, $13. For the boat project is nothing, it's for $13. But I want to say, if you wanted to make by yourself, so for the dollar store you can take this one, is a 70% alcohol, and you can fill the water all the way top. 90% is water, and like 10% rubbing alcohol, and then you have to add some liquid soap. That's it, like a 5 push for the liquid soap. I did it like that and it's worked perfectly. So I'm waiting for the dry and then I can peel it off. And you have to be moved wherever you want it for the perfect position. So it is really important to do this. Otherwise it will be like you can ruin all the sticker. So the logo is finished, the bow logo. You guys have to know that it should be mirrorized, like a totally different looks each side. So when you are doing the logo, not it is exactly the same looking size, it should be mirrorized, but the name should be the same, because when you are reading from left to right, so that's why wherever you look, it should be written the correct way. So you cannot mirrorize the name, but the logo, yes, you can do it. Looking good.
And here she is, so beautifully ready to take on the water, proudly carrying her new name. As many boat owners know, renaming a boat involves a traditional ceremony with 6 key steps: removing every trace of the old name, performing a purging ceremony, renaming the boat, making a sacrifice, appeasing the 4 wind gods, and toasting to the new name. But we are making a small adjustment to the tradition. For now, Onur has completed the first step, which is removing every trace of the old name. For the next steps, we are waiting until the 3 of us are together to complete the ceremony. After all, it's only right that we celebrate this next chapter of our journey as a family.
Good morning, everyone. It's another beautiful morning, and first of all, I would like to say thank you for our coffee supporter, Semih Erinç. Thank you, Abi, to sending us that beautiful coffees, and also thank you for our Patreon supporter. Appreciate it for your support also. And today is 40 degree, like a 5 degrees Celsius in Bristol. It's cold. Everything is ready. Try to find people to launch the boat. However, it is super busy season and people, they don't want it to do the business because of the boat is super high also, like 11 feet high until the stations area, and the electric lines and phone lines are 13.5 feet high. And when the rainy season, the trees are going to slag and the lines are a little bit lower. They told me the problem is when you lift the boat to go to where we have to go in 2 miles, actually it's not that far away, the boat cannot pass under the electric lines or telephone lines. I said, how they put it here? So I went to place to talk about that. How you guys put the boat here? So somebody is on the boat, riding with the boat. And when the lines came, they have some kind of wood stick, and they put the lines up to pass the boat. I said, oh my God. So I talked with one of the carrier guy. I said, can we do like this? And he said, no, absolutely not, because of the insurance policy. If the boat is not passing, you're stuck. So it looks like I have only one hope: global warming. When the global warming melting all this ice, and this place will be flooded, maybe. And then I can take the boat out. Let's see how it will be turned out. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys want to support us, always welcome. I would like to show the boat on the water, but it's not happening right now. I'm sorry about that. At least I showed some how to fix the boat. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know it's kind of boring if you are not interested in that kind of styles, but some people, they are really educated on that. One of the person is I'm always watching the how to fix styles and how to do this. So hope we will show you some beautiful seas and natures and showing the other stuff. Hope it will be soon. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Cheers.
Thank you, Semi, for buying us coffee. Hope the pronunciation is correct. You have been incredibly generous, and we truly appreciate your support. I hope we can meet in person so we can have coffee together, or maybe we can go sailing together. Also, I want to give a special thank you to our Patreon supporter, Andrzej. Sorry for the pronunciation again, but I really want to say thank you to you, because having someone in our Patreon community means so much for us. It means that someone is truly enjoying what we are doing, and this is incredibly rewarding. So thank you so much. So if anyone else wants to join our Patreon community, here is the link. As I said in our previous video, we are still making adjustment to the page, but we will soon add more exclusive content. So if you like to join us there, again, here is the link. And as always, if anyone else wants to give us a coffee boost, here is the QR code and the link. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting us and for being part of this crazy adventure with us. Thank you.